I'm dunking on you.
That's nothing, bro. You gotta do 10.
Shit, like in the A for rim, I'm dunking on you.
You dunking on me on the
Yeah.
E for him?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you about being in the paint, bro?
Hey, you hooper?
Nah, bench press both of you guys combined.
Empty check. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 18 of The Movement.
The movement.
We are officially live. Sound is looking good, Ramsey?
Yeah.
All right. I apologize. Again, that one is on me. Shout out to these guys, though, for jumping on and Yusuf that, but we appreciate him. We are Season 2, Episode 18 of The Movement Podcast. A little bit delayed. We tried to start early. We started late. All right? But the facts should still be spitting. Shout out to my man over here, Nagib, who's our guest of today. Shout out to Nagib. If you want to give him a round of applause, Yusuf, he's in the building. That boy told me about having patience before the show. This is this is a perfect example of how we need to use patience for the show. Shout out to Nagib. He's our guest for today. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. You got Zach, Big General, also one of the co-hosts for the show. And then you got Ramsey in the building. And then you got Yusuf right here handing me the iPad. Appreciate Yusuf right here. He's behind the scenes and letting me know, like, yo, this sound is not working, so we had to make it working. Again, this is Season 2, Episode 18. We're going to talk about the importance of an education today. That is our topic. We wanted to start early, but we had to delete those videos. But we wanted to start early today because Nikki was spitting these facts already. We was about to start it off early. But either way, you're going to be watching this live or watching this later. We're going to deliver you a great show today, inshallah. But before we do that, we have to tell you, be sure to subscribe to our pages. You have YouTube, Oz Media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok under Oz Media. You can listen to our show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. And if you want to call in, the number is 313-306-1750. Again, 313-306-1750. If you want to call in and agree with what Nagib is saying or any of us disagree with what we're saying, feel free to call in. We got to give a shout out to our sponsors too. The Balkan House, Hanley, Kahwa House, and BC Adhesives. Shout out to our sponsors, all four of them. Great people. But we're going to give a special shout out to Hanley International Academy today. So Yusuf, go ahead and give that shout out to Hanley so we can get the show on the road.
Hanley International Academy. Hanley is a school that treats every student and staff like their own family. It's even in their vision statement, educating your child like our own. Did you also know that Hanley offers a virtual academy? So if you're looking for your kid to sign up for an online school, look no further than Hanley's Virtual Academy. But if you're looking for face-to-face, Hanley International Academy is located on 2400 Denton Street, Hamtramck, Michigan. The athletics there are great. The academics there are great. Shout out to the whole staff for being great teachers and educators for our leaders of tomorrow.
All right. Shout out to Hanley International Academy. Like we said, great people over there at Hanley. But we have a great person here sitting here with us today, and that is my man Nagib Ashabi. He is the bro-in-law Nagib. Looking forward to hearing his conversations. Again, we apologize for the little delay of the start, but at the end of the day, we got you here, alhamdulillah, and you are here to spit facts. So first of all, can you tell the crowd who you are, you know, and stuff like that, and what you do? So let us know a little bit about you, Nagib.
Interesting. That's a good way to put it. My name is Nagib Ashabi from Hamtramck, Michigan.
Yep, all day.
Let me get a round of applause.
Round of applause for him.
Let me get a round of applause for that. I'm a recent college graduate from Michigan State University, Lyman Briggs, Michigan State University. Let me get another round of applause.
Another round of applause. So we gotta give him a round of applause. You said we come here and join us, man.
Go, yeah. Come on,
over here, man. Come sit down. You don't need to do that no more. Yeah, you just get no more round of applause. Though. I just want to let you know.
It's fine. We have people here that can do that for me.
Yeah, there you go. In person round of applause.
Better.
All right.
Recent graduate from Michigan State University. I graduated with a bachelor's in human biology and a minor in bioethics. I work currently in an aerospace lab. I'm living life right now. I love life. Love the people around me.
Alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah, everything's good, man. I hope you guys are all doing okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having me on the show, have given me a platform to speak on, having these young men I can somewhat try to inspire and, you know, see what's going on with them and what's going on with their life. So
yeah,
it's cool to have that.
For sure.
I hope you guys appreciate that. Appreciate that too. So
yeah, we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into that. We appreciate Niggy for being here today. He's ready to talk that talk. Ramsey, what's up, man? You know, we haven't seen you in a week. Any new updates with you, Ramsey? Everything good?
It's all good.
Ramsey had a tough loss against Huda.
Oof.
Can we get into that, or we can't? We don't want to get into that.
We're gonna get them back.
We're gonna get them back. Nice response. We played them again on Tuesday, so they got lucky enough where they play that team back to back, so they get a chance to get their revenge on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. Zach, Big General.
We never lost to Huda.
He said we never lost to Huda.
Okay.
You know, Huda's the #1 seed right now in the league, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is a fact. We did never lose to Huda. When he says we, he made sure he included me because I was coaching.
Like I said, 7:30.
What?
It's crazy.
He said 7:30. What time is it?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, coaching. Oh, by the way, quickly off topic.
Is he talking about your
Coaching
record?
and players. No, he's talking about
70-30. 70.
how much percent he gives people. He says players get 70% of the credit, 30% should go to coaches. You agree?
I don't know, man. That's a tough statement to make. I have to really think about it. It's 30% on the coach,
Yeah.
7% for each player.
70. He said 70.
my bad.
70.
Oh,
Yeah.
70%
So 75 for players, 30% for the coaches.
I don't know, man. I'd give the coaches a bit more than that.
Thank you.
They got to draw it up, bro.
Okay,
Thank you.
But the higher percent is, I'm talking about the higher like the league is, the less percent the coaches get. Like that, like the major leagues,
It should be the opposite.
I
Major
told him
League,
that. It
should be
no,
the
I told him
nah,
that.
nah.
I told him that. He
Like,
doesn't
what are you
know.
talking about?
Major League, like NBA.
The competitiveness that you're gonna have, like the coaching that you're gonna have to do, has to be so next level because it's professionals competing
Yeah.
against each other.
You have another person on the other team that's coordinating their players to go against your players.
Oh man, but the players are throwing the ball. The players are shooting the ball. The players are catching the ball. What does the coaches got to do with anything?
My man, I'm drawing up the plan. Let's say we got 8 seconds left on the clock, right? Who's the ball going to? Who's blocking this person?
Come on,
Who's
the
laying this
players,
screen down?
the players know
Who's
that,
getting
bro.
free-
The Lakers,
No,
who's the
they
ball?
don't.
LeBron
Who's
James
not?
getting the ball.
What
You know
are
what I'm
you
saying? Like
talking about?
the players know who they're giving the ball to.
Oh, man.
If it wasn't coaches,
No.
players knows how to set a screen.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Players know how to
No,
shoot
they
the
don't.
ball.
Not the right way.
Players know how to shoot. If I'm getting the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like
A coach oversees the whole operation.
my man, let's say like
That's
there's-
what they don't
all
understand.
let's say,
It's
what if-
not just
what if-
coaching the players.
All right, what if there's no timeouts? Like players gotta do their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah. If you're trying to say the coach is not the one shooting the ball. Coach is the one telling you who's going to shoot the ball.
Which is just
well, I'm
as
saying
not
that- that's
one
that
part.
th-
That's
that-
not. That's the most. That's
that's that-
way more important. What are you
Yeah,
talking
but
about?
that's that 30% they get. You know what I'm saying? Like they get
Okay.
that 30%.
Whatever you're making these numbers up.
Yeah.
I don't
You know what
So
I'm saying? Like you can't give them more.
this
than
is
that.
why it's important to have an education, so we can educate this young man. We got Yusuf Dab in the building. Yusuf, anything new since last week? Anything going on, Yusuf?
Nothing much. You know.
Nothing much.
Another show.
Ahmed said 50-50. Shout out to Wifey. That's what I say. I say it's 50-50, right down the middle. Appreciate Ahmed and all that she does. But let's talk about why it's important to have an education. Let's dive into the conversation today. And that is our first question of today. So, Nagib, let's start off with that. Why do you feel it's important for people to have an education, Nagib?
I feel like I have to take this one back before I even answer that. I feel like understanding where you come from and what you represent is number one for sure. Going back, I feel like I can go back to my parents first thing. My parents are both from Yemen, born in a village in Yemen. If you guys don't know, Yemen is the poorest country. It's the poorest Middle Eastern country and one of the poorest countries in the world in general. So being a first generation college student, very big deal in my opinion. Like you're light years ahead of what people have been here and like have solidified their generation. Like some people are like 3-4 generations in and their first time going to college, which is it's a huge deal, man. So being a first generation American going to school is a very big, such a big deal to me. And I felt like there was so much more pressure to perform when I was in there. Going to I'd say you can argue one of the best colleges in Michigan. I went to Michigan State.
The greatest college in Michigan.
Go green.
Go Whites.
There we go. It was a very big deal for me. I always knew that a school was always number one in my opinion. I thought that that's where I was gonna go with it. Obviously, you don't need school to be successful. I'm gonna throw that out there for sure and make that claim. And
We're gonna get into that.
we're gonna
too.
get into
Yeah.
that for sure. But I'm just saying that's definitely a thing. But for me, I definitely thought school was for me, and I believe that to this day. So understanding what you represent in a room is very important. Knowing where my family's come from and knowing my upbringings, not only know what it takes to be in a room filled with people but you got to understand that for yourself as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. And listen, I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback off of that one. Is my answer is very simple, and to me, it's knowledge is power, bro.
Sure, 100%.
Like knowledge is
100%.
power. You know, people need to understand that when you have an education, and I know it's just a degree, and we're gonna dive into what do you miss out on and stuff like that. But having that degree is like it's ease to the mind of yours to start off with, because you have something that, believe it or not, is gonna get you even other jobs. You know, like me right now, I'm currently in the education field, but a degree in journalism is what let me get into the education field, even though it has nothing to do with education. It at least gave me the standard of I can get into the field and then work my way to get the certifications that I needed. You know, whereas if I didn't have a degree, I would have never had this job. And it's just an example. Like, there's plenty of jobs out there that you have to have a degree, even if it has nothing to do with their field.
Yeah.
You have to have a degree.
100%. Your degree is your foundation. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. It's something you make. I kind of look at it like, going back to what I was saying, it's like jumping out of an airplane. That degree is your parachute, man. There is no, like, netting that will catch you. Like, some people are in very, fortunate situations where, I'll go work at my dad's law firm. I will, I have my uncle's business I can go work for. You don't have that, man. At least in my opinion. For me, I didn't have that at all. I didn't have no netting for me. So I felt like I was just free falling, going to school for sure. And getting that degree is my foundation, man. That's my netting. That's my something I can fall back on if worst case scenario happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's something you can use for your future forever. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you have that security just in case? Obviously, like he said, there's certain jobs or career paths that you do need, like, requirements for. That's where that degree would come in. Like, you can also, you need that to get to that step. And then wherever you want to take that is completely up to you. How bad you really want it is that what really kicks in. You know what I mean?
For sure. And even just, again, going back to the knowledge is power part too, like, being educated, that's what life is all about to me. Like, when you really break things down, you want to be educated on not just, like, going to college and getting the degree, like, allows you to further your knowledge of this world. And not just further your education, it's furthering your knowledge of this world. Because that's what it is in college. And to be honest with you, going to college, I learned more in my 4 years than probably I did my whole lifetime of K through 12. Other than the fact learning how to read and doing those things, like, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
like,
you can definitely say that. No, 100%.
because, like, the knowledge that stuck with me and what really stuck with me.
It's not even just like the school aspect of, hey, like, this is books and I'm learning something. Like, I can tell you everything that's happening in photosynthesis. What does that matter? It wouldn't matter in certain situations. Knowing how to deal with people is what I learned in college. Like, just, like, different personalities, different humans, like, different lifestyles.
Interactions.
It's just so real, man. Like, you get a sense of the world because that's what I was really fortunate about Michigan State. Shout out Michigan State again, by the way.
Go green.
Go white. You get so many different people from all over the world. It's, like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I can't say it's that much different from Hamtramck. Shout out Hamtramck again.
Yes.
It's so diverse, bro. Like, it's so different. You get walks from all type of, like people's different life situations, different cultures. You get to taste so much different types of food, man. Same thing in Michigan State. You get so much different friends. You're just like, wow, like where are you from? Like, what do you know? You're just so fascinated by everything, which is amazing. And you just
And you
get
don't
these
even
life experiences that you'll never get anywhere else in the world. So
and you don't even have to go to a big school like
No.
that to get these experiences too. And it opens doors for you. But let's hear what these guys have to say. Like, what are your thoughts on that? I don't have to ask you the importance of education, more so of what are your thoughts on what we're saying. Zach, what do you got to say?
I agree with y'all when y'all saying, like, it's great to have a degree and stuff. It's great to have that as your, like, resume. So, agree with that.
Okay. Yusuf, what do you got to say?
The degree part, it's good to have, as you mentioned, as you said, foundation. I just, I do think there's, different outcomes and possibilities there are in the world where, a degree might not, be as important. So, that's how I look at it. So.
Okay. How about you, Ramsey?
I feel like if you have a degree and you're like let's say you're trying to get a job and there's someone who doesn't have one, I feel like they're gonna pick the person who has the degree.
That's a great point. That's another great point. I like that, Ramsey. Like, I mean, you guys mentioned resume, like Zach has too. Like that, like you guys are sleeping on resumes too. Like you want your resume to look as best as possible.
Yeah.
For any situation, and having a degree allows you to do that. Like, listen, and I'm sorry, I was posting, we had a different start, so I'm ready to go now. Links are shared, stuffs are posted. So my point is like, you have to understand that the whole point of life is to make yourself maybe presentable as best as possible for your next whoever employer may be, or even if you're your own business owner. Like, you want to be a business owner, how many times do you go to a business and be like, yeah, man, this guy, he's educated and has a degree. Like your perspective change on the person.
Completely.
You know what I'm saying? The owner.
Like people.
Even though his degree has nothing to do with owning the business.
Absolutely not. Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's people will talk to you different.
Yeah.
Like, they will acknowledge you different if they know what you've done, or what school you've gone to, or what degree you pursued. It's just a different feeling. I don't know really how much. I don't know how to explain that.
And that's something that people can't take from you either, because it's like, that's
You
why.
made it.
Yeah.
You did it. You went to school. It's
yeah.
not only just the education part. It's it's the discipline of doing that. We know it's not easy to go hash out 4 years somewhere and get a degree. And we know that. It's the discipline of that. Keeping up with your work, keeping up with your homework, keeping up with, your professors, your colleagues. It's a different experience. It's something that you went through and you got, and you can hold that up. That's something you can frame, put it up somewhere. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't go to school, or now they are, and now trade school is getting up now.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people are going to trade.
And that's fine too, man. I mean, we can get into that.
And what I was gonna go back to what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, don't need a degree, and I mean the foundation is great. It's great. If you want it, you know what I mean. But you can also fall back on the trade too. A lot of people go to trade school. A lot of people pick up engineering. I mean, being an electrician or a plumber or a welder. People just they learn something and they go make a career out of that. Wherever you want to take that is wherever you want to be.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, when you said welding, I had a welding class at 14, bro, and it was like,
You like it?
yeah, it was, it
It's different.
yeah. I
Okay.
feel like it was easy now. How he was.
I don't think
describing it.
Zach, you'd be a welder, bro.
Bro,
No,
you can
I'm
do
not-
whatever.
no, I'm not-
don't say that.
No, no,
I'm
no,
being
no,
honest
he's right.
with
He's
you.
right. I would never be
Zach
no
is not
welder.
welder.
Yeah,
Why do you say that?
Cause bro, yes.
Zach is
yeah.
not this guy.
I'm not.
Hold
And-
on. Why? What else?
Zach is more of I think he's more of a person that could, he should find a career where he's allowed to use
Move.
his thoughts.
Yes.
And movement a little bit, but his thoughts and make decisions.
And
How do you feel about that?
I don't agree on that.
about the welding part, or what he's saying?
What he's saying?
He's a thread, but the welding part.
Hold on. What were you gonna say, Yusuf?
No, I don't.
You don't agree to what?
But Zach don't mind moving around, but I don't see him welding.
No, I'm not. Yeah, the welding, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta be slow paced. I'll be over there struggling, bro. I can't be slow for that. I can't be, stay still for that long.
Like, I can see Zach stocking drinks at a gas station. You know what I'm saying? What are you about to say, Yusuf? Why y'all up? Go ahead. What are you about to say?
It's whatever Zach wants, man.
But no, I'm just saying, welding, you gotta be patient. I was doing it, I ain't messed up, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's easy, though. But hey, you gotta be patient, you gotta be slow.
Yeah, by the way, I'm going to say go blue, and then Best Player Bank said go white. Appreciate them for chiming in. By the way, feel free to comment and say what y'all have to say. We are here with Nagib Ashabi. We're just getting started. So what are some limitations people face when they don't get a degree? Like, what are they limited by? Nagib, what are your thoughts on that?
That's a good question. I feel like the interaction for sure. Like if you're not going to college, and let's just say you just go start work immediately, which is amazing. It's great. I feel like you're losing out on the opportunity of communicating with just different people in general. Let's say you get in a cool cohort, and it's all these people that are doing the same thing you're doing, all from different ways of life. Different economic backgrounds, culture backgrounds. You guys are all there doing the same job, or pursuing the same job. You getting cool with those people for life. Let's say you don't like your job after college. Let's say you don't like the environment at all. You go, let me go text my buddy that's working at GM. He's working at Ford. Let me go hit up this person. Hey, what's going on over there? You guys got any openings? And that's what communication is all about. Just making friends and being cool with people. That opens the door for so much more opportunities. You don't want to ever lose out on that.
I'm so happy you mentioned this because networking was also my
Networking is that's basically what I'm trying to explain.
yeah,
to you about
networking was
stuff.
my answer. And
It's crazy. It's so crazy how much like you can gain off a conversation with somebody.
so this is what continuing off your education does for you, all right? So when you're allowed to network, networking alone can get you your career for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I used to think, like, but back when I was in school, my mindset was grades. And then, everything else. But grades was like 70% of everything. And I went to college, I opened my mind more. And now telling you as a person that's been out of school for 8 years now, that I will tell you that.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Networking is more important than your grades.
You can definitely argue that. You can 100% argue that.
Like, in my opinion, I believe networking is more important than your grades. And let me tell you what college does. College makes you get your butt off your seat and get out there and actually have to try to network. They put you in situations, there's classes. Once you start digging deep into your major, you start taking classes, you start meeting people who are actually in that field that came back and they're teaching that, that lesson or whatever the class that is. Like, people that are actually in the fields, and you get to know people. You have to, like you said, class projects, things like that. So networking is a part of life. That is the way you should be ready to, we were talking about this before, about having that conversation with people. You never know, what can come from that conversation. And that's what college does. When you go to college, this is really the first time that you actually really start doing it. Because in high school, you don't really network. If you're networking in high school, congratulations to you. Real talk. Like, that's great. But you don't really do it till college. And then college is almost like the point guard. They almost set you up so that you can network.
Literally.
You just got to make that layup. You know what I'm saying? When you don't go to college, all you're doing is, just chilling and working. And the only way you meet people is through work, which you're limiting your opportunity to network and get out there in the real world and see different things. Because to be honest with you, it's hard to just get up and do it.
True, 100%.
You know what I mean?
It really falls back on how bad you really want it, in my opinion. 100%. It's all about how you motivate yourself and how you choose to pursue the next day every day. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go do this do you want to do this every day for the rest of your life? It's a tough decision to find out what you want to do. Being out of college, I think the number one thing I would stress is go find out what you like to do.
Would you say out of college or before college?
Out of college.
Okay.
100%. 100% out of college. Like, I knew a general idea of what I wanted to do going into college, but I feel like after college, if you knew the possibilities of, like, different types of jobs, you would choose your career completely differently. I feel like they should educate people on the type of jobs that are out there. Because I've heard of some jobs I've never heard about in my life. I'm like, what? You can do this? You can pursue a degree in this? Oh, you don't need a degree for this? Oh, you just need a few certifications? You can get this done in 2 semesters? Whoa, that's something. I probably wouldn't have gone through college. It's a weird thing to think about when you, like, just look at what's out there. You don't know what's out there until you just look, or you have conversations with people that are in that position, which goes back to networking. Like, hey, I know my cousin does this and this. My uncle works at this company, and they're looking for blank. You know what I mean? It's cool to have people to talk to and something fresh to look at. You know what I mean?
Ramsey, what are your thoughts, man?
Like in high school, hold on, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut them off, but
No.
like in high school, they'll give you like a survey. Hey, I don't like doing this. I like working in the lab. I like math. And they'll give you like a general idea like what jobs there are to be, but that's not nothing. That's not even that's just scratching the surface, honestly. Like,
And there's so many other things you could do where you can grow. Like, I mean, we're going to get into that, man. I promise you, like, I'm a big advocate of going to school, but I'm also a realist, and I understand that it's not for everybody. But Ramsey, what are your thoughts on, like, how you're limited from not, by not continuing your education, and what we were saying about, networking and connecting with people?
What do you mean by limited? Like,
Do you feel like people are limited by not going to school, or do you think that, like, it's the same thing pretty much? Like, if you don't go to school, if you do go to school.
like there's some stuff that you don't need a degree, and there's stuff that you do, But like,
All right.
you're not that limited.
Zach, what are your thoughts?
About being limited.
Yeah.
I feel like, just whatever, you feel like you want to do, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to go to college, you have a plan, to see it, go, you know what I'm saying? But at least have a plan, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want you guys to, like the conversation right now is more about being limited as in growing and or what that was our answers. It could be different answers of how you're limited. I mean, you could go back to like I said, like getting a degree. Sometimes you don't have a career in that degree, but you had to have a degree just off of, the limitation. You know.
100%. I know some jobs that won't even consider you unless you have a degree.
Yeah, but
like that's the first thing that you need to like put your foot in the door. Like just having a piece like, hey, I graduated from.
and it's good jobs, guys. It's
You know what
good
I mean?
jobs.
It's great
Like
jobs.
Like I'll
Great
give you an example, like
companies.
IT, you can make money off IT, but some of these people don't accept you unless you have a degree. But a degree could be in anything.
Which I don't think that's great. I don't think some companies should limit you to just having a degree because there's just some awesome people out there that just don't have a degree, man.
Yeah.
They just don't have like, and they do phenomenal work. You can do better work than a person that has a degree.
But you know what those companies look at? What you mentioned, that
True.
discipline of
it's
going to
discipline
school.
of going to school. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, you went and did something like, you
show that you can.
do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have the discipline for it.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And I feel like everyone in this room definitely has some discipline, whether you like it or not. Let's take Ramadan, for example. The strongest discipline in the world. We're not going to eat for 30 days. 16 hours every day. No water, no food. That's the strongest discipline, in my opinion.
For sure.
You're natural, like, it's natural to feel hungry. It's natural to, like, to go grab a bottle. You know how much conversation I have with somebody and they're just like, you can't even have water? Water is available everywhere in the U.S., you know what I mean? So it's just like, whoa. It's humbling. It's very humbling. When someone asks me about that, it's real, you know what I mean? It's a strong discipline.
I think we should start putting that on our resume. I'm being for
I've
real.
done the Ramadan from here to here.
Yeah. Seriously, man. If you think
It's
about
real,
it,
bro.
'cause-
It might be bigger than the degree, to be honest.
100%. Like I don't
Strong,
think
bro.
people don't
People don't
respect that.
understand.
Yeah, man. Like I seriously, the discipline that comes with fasting during Ramadan, like it's so mind blowing to other people, but we think it's so normal.
It's natural to
It's
us.
natural
you know
to
what I mean?
us.
Like we didn't even think anything of it. Do you like? You know what I mean? Like it's just another day. I'll go work out, or work. You change everything around that.
We're gonna update our resumes, everybody. all right?
Everybody's resume better change. I fasted from this age to this age.
And obviously the longer you've done it, the more respect you get. The younger you do it, the more respect you get. So, feel free to add that on there. That definitely shows some discipline. Nagib Al-Qabilani said, yo. All right. Shout out to Nagib. Middle school basketball team. Shout out to Nagib. Hope you're learning something.
I've never met anybody with my name. Shout out to whoever that is.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
Get in contact with me, man.
We got another Najib. We got two Najibs.
We gotta start talking, bro. I've never
Alright.
met anybody with my name. So.
Yusuf, do you think there's any limitations when people don't go to school or not?
Limitations in what exactly?
As in what we basically said about networking, about finding a career.
No, I don't.
Do you, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
rephrase the question. Is there any advantages that not going to school provides than going to school?
That's a
You could say. I mean, it depends on what career you're choosing. Going to school. I mean, see, I do. This is what the thing is with school. People go to school because they want to become something, right? They have a plan and everything. And people who don't go to school, they have a plan as well. And I do. It really depends on what you're doing. I mean, everything has its pros and cons. So I'm not. I don't know how to answer that fully.
Do you ever feel pressured? Do you feel pressured
what?
about going to school?
Never.
Do you know it's your decision to go or not to go?
Yes.
That's good. That's just a real question because honestly, I felt like I needed to go to school.
yeah.
That was my, I needed to do this and set my foundation. Like I completely believe that 100%, and I'm so grateful for what I went through to feel that. You know what I mean?
So are you okay that you felt pressure?
Yes, 100%. Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds, and I don't think I'd be where I am right now if I didn't go to school or didn't have that pressure on me.
Great point, man.
That's just what it is.
See, those are those clip moments right there, man. I have to check the time right now. So that was a good transition right there.
No problem. That's just real. it's something I knew I had to go through. I always feel that pressure 100%.
Actually, hold on. Can you repeat that one more time? No, I agree. I agree, man. So we're keeping it rolling right now. We're talking about the importance of education. We hope that you're enjoying this topic so far, enjoying the conversation. We're going to give our second shout out to our sponsor today, which we're going to give a shout out to those guys in Wisconsin, which is BC Adhesives. You can go to BC Adhesives for all your industrial adhesives needs. They do food packaging, book binding, product assembly, many other industrial services. So if you're in need of adhesives for your business or having trouble with your current adhesives applications, you can contact them by phone, 1-888-679-9825, or go to their website, www.bcadhesives.com, location 4655 West Oakwood Park Drive, Franklin, Wisconsin. Shout out to BC, shout out to Matt, Terry, Ed, and Jake, everybody over there at BC Adhesives. Shout out to Nagib. He's in the building today. Do you think, people can still be successful these days without a degree? Let's let the young fellas start with this one, all right, Nagib? Let's see what they have to say. Yusuf, we can start off with you. Yusuf, do you think people can still be successful without having a degree?
Throughout the whole show so far, you guys have been saying college, is a good option for education based off past experience and based off people who don't have a degree do be successful based off past experience as well. So I want to say, I know many people, family relatives in particular, don't have a degree and are very successful. Like I said, it's based off, like you said, having that discipline to go out there and have a plan and do what you got to do without a degree and, be successful with this. It's very, very possible. There's no limitations.
Great point. UMZ, do you believe that someone can be successful without a degree?
Yeah, because I don't know his name, but some of the richest people don't have degrees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach?
Yes, I definitely do. You think you can be very successful without a college degree? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much things you can do without a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say you start off small, but you end up growing. Then you can go ahead and go in real estate, then grow up, do more stuff, and then just, you feel me?
Okay, Zach. So, by the way, I agree. The simple answer is yes.
Yes,
The simple answer is
100%.
definitely yes. Okay, because I do want to talk to them as I would talk to anybody else that is a young person that's leaving high school or just graduated high school. But let's answer the question first, which for me it's yes. I do believe you can be successful. I think it's all about your work ethic. It's the biggest thing. Like, are you about that life? Like, are you really about that life? Are you making moves? Like, are you talking about what it is that you're going to be doing? Are you actually doing it, not just talking about it? It's all about how you move, straight up. Like, at the end of the day, you can tell somebody that's going to get after it, rather if they do get a degree or if they don't get a degree. So it's your work ethic, and you can tell it early on who's the people that are out there that are going to be doing stuff and who's not. So your work ethic says a lot about you. That's why it's important to have that strong work ethic. What I like to say is, though, like, getting that degree, it buys you one time to grow, in terms of pressure from family and stuff like that. Like, they see that you're going for college. You know how it is. Like, at least in our Yemeni culture, parents support you. Parents give you an excuse to, one, not get married. That's one of the things. Number two, they allow you and they support you in any way possible, in any way that they can, at least. And, that's just what it is. But you can still be successful without a degree. I agree. I just think there's a little bit higher chance of being successful with a degree.
Of course, yeah. You can definitely argue that for sure. Simple answer, like you said, is yes. You don't need a degree to be successful. You can just immediately go start working, which is fine. But, like I said, there are some limitations in my opinion. And we touched on networking for sure, being one of them. Like, I have a bunch of friends that did not go to college.
Look at their phone book.
And are doing amazing. They're all successful in my opinion, and I learned from them, to be honest. There's something I take from them that I didn't get from college. Their work ethic is second to none, 100%. I am so inspired and motivated by my friends that it makes me want to go harder. Like, these people didn't choose the route I'm doing, and they're doing amazing. They're doing great for themselves. So it's definitely something to pick up. Like, work ethic is number one for sure. I look up to them for it, and I'm inspired by it for sure.
So my issue, though,
Go ahead.
is people that are graduating or are about to graduate, and they have the mindset that they're gonna just work, but the work is not a place where they can grow, and they're okay with making that money that they're making, and then 3-4 years down the line they realize it, and it's almost like they flip that switch and they're already 21, 22 years old. Go ahead.
So, off of that, it is 100% on you. If you ever feel like you're stuck in a hole, it's how bad you really want to get out of that. That really makes you who you are. 100%. If you put yourself in that situation, get yourself out of that situation. If you want to do better for yourself, do better for yourself. Put yourself in situations or predicaments that like get you out of that or change your situation completely. You have one life here. I feel like your life is short, and the way you approach every day is who you are and how bad you really want it at the end of the day. So keep working, man. Keep working. You're never stuck. Don't ever feel stuck ever. Or don't ever feel like you're entitled to just be in one spot and stay in that one spot. Because life changes. Life isn't just one course. I'm not going to just work at this one place for the rest of my life. There's so much opportunity everywhere in the world. Like, you just really have to open your eyes and just get your foot in the door. Go feel some water, man. Put your toes in the water. Go feel it. Go feel out. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
So as a person, though, that would see people and, you know, let's say you were working with people or you got siblings or relatives or family members, cousins, and, you know, you see that, what would you actually tell them, though? That let's say, you have somebody, you know somebody, you might be a youth coordinator and a bunch of your students that, or your student that you mentor, you know, have the mindset that I just want to work. Like, what would be your actual words to that person? Like, if that's what they're doing, and you can already see down the line 3-4 years from now that they're gonna realize it, but they're not realizing it yet.
I feel like people are gonna have to just live in that situation. My word or my opinion on what they're doing has no value to them at all. You're gonna have to feel
I disagree,
that.
man. You gotta have some value, though.
You can I mean, obviously, you can always have an opinion, and whatever they take that for is whatever they want to take that. You know, I can't force Ramsey to go do something for the rest of his life, but I can also inform you, like, what are the possibilities over there, your limitations over there, your, like, the growth you can do over there, what you can take this and go do after. But it's completely up to you how you want to take my opinion and my thoughts. You can just be like, hey, I don't care what he's saying. Like, I'm just going to walk out the door. And that's perfectly fine, because that's how you want to live your life. That's fine. I can't control what you do. But I can inform you, and whatever you want to take from that, you take from that. I'm not going to force you. Which is how it should always be. Having that option. Because you don't want to have someone, like, on top of you. Like a parent, how a parent would be like, hey, you need to do good. Like, you need to do this. Obviously, it's great advice.
And you mentioned that pressure made you, though.
Sure, 100%. Could it be a bit more supportive? 100%. You know, I'm not trying to, like, throw any shade or anything against my family. I love you guys, but I'm just saying, like, you take it for how you want. It's completely on me. I felt like it's my opinion, it's my thought, it's my life. I knew 100% if I didn't want to do it, my family would support me, or they would have some type of opinion about where they would always have an opinion on what I was doing, but like it's me in charge. I'm behind the wheel. And you should always feel like that. You are the driver behind the car.
I'm just watching if you just listen.
Why are you
That's all
looking
I'm
at me?
looking at you. No, I was wondering if you had thoughts, Zach. I had to quickly look at you, Zach. I just want to know. Thoughts? Any comments? Any questions, concerns? All right, there you go. Anybody got anything they want to say? Ramsey, Yusuf, by the way, any comments? Nothing?
Keep going.
All right, let's keep it rolling. So now, Nagib, my next question for you is, with college prices being so high, I guess, would you advise someone to pursue some alternative route, or would you still want to tell them to get a degree in your mentioning trade school?
Yeah. I feel like
First of all, college prices are getting ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, first of all. Student debt is crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, it's like it's weird how
I'm just going to let this out here, and I'm very blessed and fortunate for my situation. I had a full ride.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, I finished out school. Like, you know, I'm debt free right now currently, and very fortunate for that. Shout out Michigan State.
Go green.
Go white. And from a point of privilege, as what I can say right now, that's a very big point of privilege. Not leaving school without any debt.
Yeah. I had
It's
that.
tough.
Alhamdulillah, we paid it off.
Alhamdulillah.
Shout out to me and my
Good for
wife.
you.
We both got it done, but we did have debt. So from the other perspective too, yeah, it's definitely something that you
It's
do
definitely
consider.
something to consider. It's a lot of people don't get degrees because of that. What I would tell you is go look at what you want to do. Shout out Mr. Rostek. I'm gonna quote you right here, Mr. Rostek. Mr. Rostek told me, "You find something you love to do every day, and you'll never work a day in your life." And it stuck with me like my whole life. Every time I look at that. Imagine going to do something every day that you love. You wouldn't even consider it work. You'd just be like, I'm just doing what I do every day. It's real. It was the coolest thing someone has ever told me. And you take that and just go look at what's out there. Because sometimes you just need like 8 classes. What's 8 classes? And then you go do whatever you want to do. A surgical tech, you just need a certification. You don't need a degree.
And how much do they make?
Don't quote me on this. I'm just taking a ballpark estimate. I'm going to say 80, 90K. You're around good people depending on what company you are. You might be traveling. You get paid way more. It's cool, man. Like, just go look out in the world, man. There's so much cool things. You don't need a 4-year degree to do the things that you love.
I agree. And that part is the part that I agree. Like I said, it comes down to the person. It comes down to the work ethic. That's why we was talking about work ethic. But I agree. You got to, search. You got to search. You got to find. I just don't want people to understand, don't be all right with something that's okay. And obviously, it's all up to you. I'm all about personal happiness, right? If that makes you happy, it makes you happy. But it's really trying to motivate people to do better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's what it is. We want to see you do better. We want to see you in a good position so that you can support your family and support your needs and everything that you need. So it's there are opportunities out there, like Nagib said. It might just be 8 classes. It's a great point. What are you about to say, Zach?
No, I was just agreeing. I was like,
Yeah. That's what it is. And again, the only reason why I push degrees because it at least buys people more time. And there are ways to get school for free. Community colleges, it's free. You actually get paid. Financial aid comes back, you get money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's it's free. It buys you time until you really know what you want to do. That's why I'm a big fan of it. People want to jump into the real world and they don't realize it's hard to go backwards.
Yeah. 100%.
But there are options. You gotta be the searcher though. You gotta be the person. You gotta be the person looking up that stuff. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So. Ramsey, comments, concerns, questions?
I feel like it's up to you, if you want to go to college, you can pay it off and do it. But if you don't want to pay it off, don't do it.
Ramsey, do you plan on going to college?
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you know yet what you want to do in life?
No.
Do you have maybe a thought man, maybe I would want to do this or maybe I would want to do that? What are you interested in?
Is there any
No.
genres you're interested in? I like science. I like math. I like sports. I like talking about sports.
But
Ramsey, but what?
not science,
Yeah. Yusuf, your thoughts on the situation?
No, I think a lot of people don't go to college because they don't know what they want to do there. So I know a lot of friends who have that same the same reason, and they think it's a waste of time. They just go there, not knowing what to do, and then they decide that they want to just work instead, get as much money as they can. So what do you think about that part?
Leaving work and just leaving school and just working.
School, yeah.
If they find a job that pays well for them and they're comfortable being there and they're settling for being in that, that's all for them. That's all them.
Do you recommend students going to college without knowing what to do, what they want to be?
I'm gonna say yes because I was also in that situation. I knew what area I wanted to work in, but it's not where I work now. I knew I liked science. I knew I liked math. I was very good at them in school. I always loved that. I went to school studying human biology. I work in an aerospace lab.
Nice.
It's cool. I enjoy what I do for a living. People that are I'd say start working instead of going to school is definitely an option people could or should exercise. You know what I mean? Money is very temporary, though. Knowledge is forever.
Mm.
Straight like that.
Great point.
Your money is always. Don't ever think like money is the root. Like that's not. Money is not the root of happiness. It's truly not.
I think
Your
it is.
money will come and go. Don't ever worry about spending money or. Money will always come.
You hear where Zach said goes? Zach.
You can't. You
No, I think money can buy a lot of happiness.
Sure, it can be easier to be happy with a lot more money. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, man. I like that check. I like that bag. Shout out Nike.
No, we ain't giving Nagib a shout out. We ain't giving Nagib a shout out.
I got a question. So basically, like, you know how, like, you said, you know, what makes people happy to pursue it. You know, say if I was to become a rapper, right? You would support me?
Of course.
You know, you'd listen to my songs?
Of course. I'm reposting every song you make. I'm liking all your posts. I'm
But-
commenting your.
But,
I'm
like, even though if it's, you know, what if it's like you don't like it? You still, you know,
I'm gonna tell you I don't like it
alright.
because I'm real with you. That's what having real friends is. That's what having a real support system. If I don't like what you're putting on, man, I'm gonna let you know. I'm be like, yo, man, that was whack.
And what are your thoughts on that too, man? Like of being real with people and actually sharing your thoughts and keeping it real and
Gotta keep it real, man. Everything is real. What is it? Like, I'd rather have a bunch of people telling me, yo, this is not it, than having a bunch of yes men and boosting me up on something that's not it.
I know, but what if you think that's the best thing out right now, bro?
I'm gonna tell you, hey, this is it, man. I'm posting videos. I'm posting your music all the time.
I know, but like, what if I'm thinking this song, this is my new song is fire, and you telling me
you
it's
can
not,
think all you want, man. It's how the audience takes it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If they like it, they like it. If they don't, you'll catch some heat on it. You know what I mean? That's just being real, though.
Big Jenno, you got some bars for us today?
You been cooking up?
No. but you know, I feel like I'm a very good rapper. You know, I could be a rapper. You know, I already have the rapper name.
You can do whatever you want.
Big General?
Yusuf, why you shaking your head over here? Man?
This guy is Big General right here, man. Big Generalin.
Big
All
time.
right. All right. I think we got your thoughts on that, man. So, I mean, that's kind of talks about it. Any final comments on the conversation? Because now we're about to move into the questions game segment of this show. So, any final comments, Nagib, on just, you know, importance of an education and stuff like that?
Yeah, 100%. Us being in this room, all being Yemeni, you guys are an anomaly.
What that mean?
Like, you guys are one of a billion. Like, this is crazy. Like the importance of who you are in this room and what it takes to be in this room right now, coming from, like I said, one of the poorest countries in the world, the poorest country in the Middle East, having one of the most horrific humanitarian crises in the world. You guys are the anomaly in this world. People in that situation are literally dying to be in your situation. Why wouldn't you go and pursue what you're doing right now? Why wouldn't you go finish out high school? Why wouldn't you go push for a degree? Why wouldn't you be the best you could possibly be? You guys are 1 in a billion. Trillion, you can even say. You can argue. You guys represent more than what you guys think. It will always be like that. In every room you step into. Everyone's eyes, you are an anomaly. Because you are. There isn't another Big General. There isn't. And there will never be. There will never be another Yusuf or Ramsey. It's just real. So how you step in a room is very important. And how you conduct business is very important. Be the best you possibly could be.
Facts.
I mean, that has to be the clip, right? I mean, there's no point in even doing the other recording. Shout out to my man, Nagib. That wasn't even the end of the show. We're about to move into the questions game. This is the part where we actually argue, Nagib, and yell at each other. So get ready.
I'm here for
I
that.
think we want a 3-game win streak, Nagib, so you got to keep it up.
Yeah.
You worried about me?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
You worried about me?
We on a 3-game win streak right now.
So,
I'm here for it.
shout out to those. Shout out to Ahem. So what's going on, guys? Assalamu alaikum. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. Again, season 2, episode 18 of the Movement Podcast. We are now about to move into the questions game part where I ask a question. You got to wait for the question to finish, Nagib. All right. I'm serious because they're going to argue with you and get ready for that. So make sure you wait for the question to finish. You got to hit the buzzer, Nagib. Wait for the question to finish. If you hit the question, If you end up hitting the buzzer too late or too early, you're not allowed to answer the question they gave. All right, I'm saying these rules because obviously situations have come up in the past. All right, so we don't want no arguments to happen. So try to wait for the question to finish. You get it right, your team gets a point. It's best out of 3. So I have 3 questions. So whatever the score is.
And who's
you're the
judging
winner.
the score?
Me. Yeah. All right. So, are we ready? By the way, it's good because it's a delay right there, so we can always see who tapped the first, just in case we argue who tapped the first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Question number 1. Remember, these questions and answers are based off of what I say. I come up with these questions before the show. I don't know what their answers are, so I have to come up with questions that I know the answers of. It's important to have an education because knowledge is blank. It starts with the letter P. Zach got it.
Huh? It's a great time, man. This knowledge is T starts with the letter P.
Don't say the answer.
You can't say it.
We got 5 seconds. 5.
Whoa. 2.
Perspective? I don't know, bro.
Y'all minus point.
I don't know,
Anybody-
bro.
What's the answer, Nagib?
I
No, go ahead. No matter whether they get a minus, I get a minus point. You got the wrong answer. But what's the
Why not touch it if I don't know what it is, bro?
Talk in front of the mic, man. You guys are talking back. Go ahead, Yusuf. What is it?
I can't say it, but
Nah, go ahead.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Power, bro.
Come on,
I
man. Perspective.
I mean-
Spell it. Spell perspective.
Come on.
Go ahead.
P-E-R.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. That's easy.
Is it I-S?
Next question, bro. Next question.
S-I, bro.
Next question.
S-I-V, yeah.
Is it S-I? Stop. Zach, don't do it again.
Next question, bro.
Second straight week. Second straight week,
Bro,
Zach.
I'm
It's
fifth
telling
grade.
me a 3-win.
Here we
Come
go.
on, man.
Number 2.
How did I touch
You
it,
won't
bro?
be able to get certain blanks without a degree. It starts with J.
Jobs?
Jobs is correct.
Ramsey on that.
All right. Well, no matter what, Ramsey and Yusuf won because y'all get this point y'all back at 0 because y'all had
That's what I'm
-1 and they
saying,
got 1.
Let's do it.
All right. But this is the last question. What did Umar say? People need to be successful in life. A strong what?
Stop, bro.
No, you said, no, you had it, bro. He was
I'm not
covering
clicking it. You just hovered
Right.
again.
Now you've had
You
it.
did
Come
block
on.
it.
Now
Go ahead.
Work ethic.
Work ethic is correct. All right. The final score though is 1-0 because of Zach.
Hey, Najib,
perspective.
the first question, you touched it? You touched it?
I definitely hit the button.
You touched it before him?
I wouldn't argue.
No,
I
Yusuf
would've-
get it
Okay.
first, but you got it before Yusuf.
Damn, so I had to answer.
Work
Yeah.
ethic is not. the
Knowledge
answer,
is
bro.
power, bro. That's the easiest one.
Bro, just how
I
you
know
be
that, I know
saying
that.
it, bro. I was about to say, I thought he don't say knowledge is, I was about to say T, and then he said P, then it messed me up.
Don't hit the buzzer.
No.
Bro, I
I
got it,
know.
I had it, I don't know, bro.
It's
I feel
cool,
like-
man.
Did you know the answer? Oh, you knew the answer. You
I
said the
had
answer.
job. I had the
All
second
right.
question, bro.
Next up, we got the word of the day. We try to leave you with a word that you can remember and take with you. You're gonna take with you before you continue. Obviously, or continue on with your days and days forever. And that word for today is assiduous. So assiduous is a formal word that means showing great care, attention, and effort. Again, the word is assiduous. So shout out to the word of the day. So we come up with 4 bars, lines that rhyme. But you got some, Ramsey? You looking at your phone? Yeah.
Trying to see the definition.
Oh, okay. So I thought Ramsey was going. So I'm the only one that be coming up with the bars these days. But I'm gonna deliver. We had something like this going, so we're gonna keep it rolling. But we saved this for last, the bars that is. So Nagib, can you give us a situation where assiduous or can you tell us? So again, the definition is means showing great care, intention, or an effort. So assiduous. If you're not ready, we can pass it on to Zach. Zach, go ahead.
I feel like you just showed that with assiduous, to everybody, family, people that you don't know. You have to show care. You have to show that you're listening to a random person, no matter who it is. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be assiduous towards
Yeah.
them.
Is it an adjective?
All right, I don't have that down here, man. Why you
Describing it now? I'm just letting you know. I just want to know what it is.
I mean, that's a good one. He
Is
said
it a
was pretty
verb?
good.
Is it a-
just be, be
Be assiduous towards people.
everybody.
That's a great one.
I'm gonna say it's an adjective.
Yeah.
I feel like you should take that everywhere you can. Being described as that is a great compliment, in my opinion.
Definitely, definitely.
Showing great care, attention, and effort. Yeah. Being an assiduous person. Yep. Yusuf?
I fully agree with both of them. With what they said.
That is Yusuf's line, by the way, back-to-back weeks. Ramsey, go ahead. Assiduous.
I feel like I'm in that, in school and in sports,
Being an assiduous player. Let me
Bro,
see.
if I had,
Showing great care, attention, and effort.
bro, if I had a team, bro, I'm not dropping 7 points a game, bro. I'm dropping 40, bro.
Go to sleep, man. Go to sleep.
Having 7.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's live.
This guy Zach, man. Anyways, assiduous. Are y'all ready for these bars? Okay, this bar is about to be coming today, Zach. Be ready to roll, all right? I gotta make sure I read these lines correctly because I ain't say these lines since I just wrote them about an hour ago.
Bro, let me hear my name, bro.
Zach ain't assiduous. You gotta be assiduous. This work you need to get with this. The excuses I ain't fit for this. You can't even sit with us. I am being serious. Laziness makes me furious. I'd rather talk to someone who is always curious. Always ask questions, hour after hour. This is a perfect example of why knowledge is power. Assiduous. You can't even sit with us.
I like that.
Those are the bars right there, man. Yo, thank you. I appreciate it. Gotta hit the bars, lines. All right, rhymes. This was season 2, episode 18 of the Movement Podcast. We got Nagib Ashabi in the building now. The show's not about to end yet. We gotta get that weekend motivation, Nagib. Yeah, the weekend motivation. Come up with something. If you ain't got nothing, say something. But again, be sure to follow us on our pages, YouTube, Oz Media. You can listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. Subscribe to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under Oz Media. So make sure, again, you hit that like button, share whatever you can share. And if you care, and if you dare, put it out there. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is the time where we do the weekend motivation. I know we've had a couple clips, but I will be recording this right here, Nagib, as well. So, Nagib, what can you leave us off with for the weekend, Nagib? What you got for us, Nagib? Go ahead, man.
It could be a lot of things. You got a lot of good clips. For sure, be the best you could possibly be every day. You wake up, start the day fresh. You are a new person every single day, and you have another time to prove yourself every single day you wake up. So go off that. Be the best you.
There you go. Shout out to Nagib. I appreciate him for that. Great guy. With that said, we got to give a shout out to the sponsors, too, by the way. BC Adhesives, the Balkan House, the Kahwa House, and Hanley International Academy. We appreciate those from those places as well. Good people over there. We appreciate them. Again, this was season 2, episode 18 of The Movement.
The movement.
Next week's episode will be the volleyball showdown. We had tried to give you guys a challenge every month, right? So this time we had a volleyball showdown between the Movement Podcast versus Coach Bonner brought about 6 women, ladies, young ladies from high school that played against the Movement Podcast. It was a great showdown. I will not tell you who won. It was a best of 5 series. And it was pretty funny. I was doing play-by-play. Why are you laughing?
Why you say best of 5, bro?
It was best of 5. All right. With that said, it's gonna be great. We'll be dropping that episode tomorrow. Next week, Saturday, the 28th at 12 o'clock. Inshallah, be ready for that. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope that you all